Well, I sort of can't help but feel sorry for him. I'm looking at him and he looks like, you're in a bad relationship and you want to get out but you're trapped. Harry Kane looks like that. It's like he just wants to get out of Spurs but looks trapped and he just looks upset, doesn't he? His body language in the second half was like, I've got to play with these again. Like, look at the goals they're conceding. I can't do a season with these. Like, it wouldn't surprise me. We just need to kick up a fuss now to get out in January, because the value he's going to be worth end of the season is going to go down a lot to what he's worth just 2 months ago. You need to get out as soon as possible.
Who do you think he's married to, Nuno or Daniel Levy? Sorry.
I just think you're far better qualified to answer that question, Lizzie, than I am. Being in a relationship you just can't get out of.
You are clearly long-term married if you know to avoid those kind of conversations.
No, but I know what Gabby means. Absolutely, Gabby's spot on, because we were talking about, fun enough, about him last night. And well, the general consensus amongst the boys were, has he missed the boat? You know what I mean? Is he moping? He looks a bit. I know it's going down your terminology. He looks a bit. He's lost his love. You know what I mean? It's just.
But Ali, when he's waving England, he looks happy. He looks like he's smiling. He's got the energy, running around chasing defenders. Second half, he was like, in his mind, he's thinking like. Look at Grealish at Man City, having the time of his life, doing 1-2s with De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva. I'm getting balls fired into me. I'm getting like 2 defenders on me, no service. He just looks upset, doesn't he? And I think Jamie O'Hara said it in a couple of days ago. Spurs maybe should even take him out the team. Like if you're a stronger manager, you'd think, you know what? He doesn't look happy. He's not playing for the team. He's not trying his hardest. Get him out and maybe put the young lad Scarlett in. I've heard a lot of good things about him.
They started off the season without Harry Kane, and you will either be down the road of that is absolute madness. You can't remove Harry Kane from the team. He's by far the best player. Or, and I've heard a lot of pundits actually say this. At this point, you do take him out, Ali. Where do you sit? Which side of the argument are you?
I think you've got to play him, and I'll tell you why. Because you take him out the team. And I just think it makes a mockery of the decision not to sell him and move him on. I mean, you take him out the team, all of a sudden you've got an asset that you could probably have got, I don't know what City offer, but I'm guessing 120 million. So as soon as you take him out the team, he becomes 60 million. I mean, you can't take. You've got to keep playing him unless there's an unbelievable dropping for him.
I think that's like Ndombele. He's not playing much, and then he's back in the team now because Levy's probably thinking like, we paid, was it 50 million for him? You've got to play him and get him in the team because he's going to be worth 15 million. So you're right with that opinion there, Ali.
Is this a tricky place for Nuno to be? Because for Nuno, I don't imagine he had much of a say in Harry Kane's movement over the summer at all. I think obviously that was a Daniel Levy decision and negotiations were a bit higher. He's come into this job, he's had to make do with what he's got, all attitudes included in that aspect as well, of the squad members that he has at his disposal. Now he's in a situation where he's seeing a Harry Kane that isn't playing to his clear capabilities, and if you're right, Ali, and they're looking at him going, well, we've got to play him because we turned down all this money for him. He's just in a bit of a no-win situation.
Well, it looks right now. It looks as though, and Gabby's right, it looks as though he's playing. He's clearly not, right? Because the one thing I think you'd have to say about Harry Kane is he's a solid citizen. You know what I mean? And he'll give of his best, right? He's clearly not playing to the standard and form that we all know he can. But I genuinely think he's a solid citizen. But it looks to me, Gabby, as if the way he's playing, he's thinking, I could have been somewhere else scoring, 30 league goals at perhaps Manchester City. And I say I'm only surmising and I'm guessing what's going through his head because I don't know. Yeah. But he's only human, and being that, I bet he's thinking, what would life have been like elsewhere?
He would have, mate. He's
the grass obviously greener now?
He's seen the Man City performances this season, the way there's so many chances for Gabriel Jesus in there, Grealish, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez. He's thinking like, this could be me. But from seeing what Harry Kane's been like in his career, I think he would have seen the stick he's been getting in the last few days off like pundits and stuff and the media. I think the next game he plays in Ali, we'll see the real Harry Kane.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play against them Wolves, if he plays in the North London derby, he's got a great record in that. I think we'll see the Harry Kane of old, because he won't want that to be labelled at him that you're not trying for the club, you know. So I think he'll be back to his best, hopefully.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.